Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. I want to show you a really cool Stromberg and Carlson rotary wall telephone, and these are kind of hard to come by. They're out there, but you don't see them that often. So what we want to do, this is the initial checkout, and this is Patricia's equipment from New Hampshire, and so we want to look the telephone over, and it's in pretty good condition for its age. We have the cover loose, but we have Stromberg and Carlson right here on the body of the telephone, so we want to go ahead and give you a look at that. We also have a little bit of a crack here in the body. Now we're going to try to stabilize that, but that happens with some of the older plastics that they had, and they get kind of brittle at some point. But we want to go through this telephone, and we're going to troubleshoot it and start repairing it. Now, we've talked to Patricia about the handset cord, and if it's good, we're just going to leave it since it's original to the telephone, and it can always be replaced down the road. Now, they have a line cord that was hardwired to the telephone, and what we want to do is remove that. We're going to be installing a modular port on the inside of this telephone, so once it's hung on the wall and it's been installed, you can simply bring a line cord in and plug into the modular port, and it's plug and play. Makes for a nice, clean, simple connection. And then you would just put your cover back on and you're ready to go, because you have to take the cover off to mount this phone to the wall anyway. So we want to go through the rotary. If you notice, the rotary is not in the right spot. It's actually seized up. So we want to go through the rotary, and we want to find out what's going on with the rotary. Now, we also did some initial checks. We know that the bell's going to have to be set up a little differently. We're going to have to adjust it, and that's not uncommon for some of the older telephones. That's going to have to be realigned and adjusted. We're going to have to go through the network because we're not getting any transmit and receive out of the handset, very little, and that could be because of the rotary. It could be because of the network. The rotary is actually stuck off-centered. It's not totally in the right spot. So we need to go through the whole telephone and troubleshoot everything, and we're going to get some more video as we move forward in the repair and the final checkout of this telephone. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we're in the middle of the process of repairing this telephone, and we're going to run through a little bit about what's going on. Right now we are in the process of adjusting the bells. You have to adjust these type of bells and the solenoid the best you can for the most action, because they pull a lot of rin out of the line just to ring this type of bell. And so we have to adjust them for maximum sensitivity, because if you don't, some telephone lines won't ring them. They don't have or push enough rin. Rin is the measurement of what the bell uses to ring. So what we want to do is start a ring cycle on the low side with the analyzer. So that's on the low setting. I'm going to let that go one more time. Now we're going to use a normal ring setting, like a normal call coming in with a telephone line that would have a normal voltage on it. So we'll go ahead and do a normal. You may or may not be able to pick that up on the analyzer that's sending it out for the video. We'll let it go one more time. and we're going to stop the ring cycle. So basically, with a normal ring, it increased in volume. And we also want to show you the rotary. We are in the middle of the process of repairing the rotary. Earlier in the video, we showed that the rotary was basically locked up, and so it has to be taken apart and freed up, and the parts cleaned and adjusted and put all back together again. So we're going to go ahead and finish that part of the issue up, and then we'll come back and get some more video of this telephone on a final checkout. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we want to go ahead and show the modular port adapter that has been installed. So when this telephone is installed on the wall, you can bring any length, any color line cord you choose up underneath the cover, because the cover is going to be removed to install the telephone on the wall. You want to go ahead and simply plug into the modular port adapter, and it makes for a clean, simple plug-and-play connection. Now what we want to do is go ahead and put the cover back on this telephone, and we'll come back and start our final checks. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with the repair and conversion of this telephone. And we want to go ahead and start our final checks. So we'll go ahead and ring the unit. We'll let that go a few times. I'll let it go one more time. We'll go ahead and give you some dial tone. Now what we want to do is we want to walk through our numbers. So if you watch the analyzer, you'll watch the numbers roll by. The rotary is proper now, and it is a lot smoother. It didn't turn at all when it came in. It was locked up. I want to end in a 2. We want to go ahead and transmit into the handset. So if you watch that red light on the analyzer, every time I transmit and you see that red light light up, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. So we know that this telephone is ringing in on a ring cycle. It's dialing out. It has receive and transmit. We have a button on this switch box, and when I press this button, that gives us a line out and totally takes the analyzer out of the situation, and we'll call it time and temp. But what they're doing is they're having issues with their equipment, and so you'll hear the recording start, and then you'll hear a hum, and then the recording will continue. That's on their end. It has nothing to do with what we're doing. So we'll go ahead and give you some dial tone. And we'll call that number.
Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, July 17th. The time is 2:22. Current temperature 90 degrees.
Partly cloudy today, tonight and Friday. Highs in the 80s, lows in the 60s.
Okay, we can call one other number. We can call my number and it'll be busy. Go ahead and give you some dial tone. Go ahead and hang up. We want to disconnect our line cord. We also installed a dial center card to the period of the telephone, so we want to give you a look at that. And it basically says, please wait for dial tone. Now that we know that this telephone has been repaired and converted, we can return it to Patricia and she can enjoy this telephone. It's a very cool Stromberg and Carlson rotary wall telephone, and you don't see these very often. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.